This episode is sponsored by Marty's Gymnasium. What's up guys? This is another episode of JR's Corner. Today, vandaag het ek twee specials, baie spesiale ouens hier saam met my. Mr. Samuel en Tiger. Guys, hoe gaan het? Ek julle hande skud?
Goed om te ontmoet. Thank you.
Nice to meet you guys. Thanks for coming on, stepping on JR's Corner. It's always great to meet a few new faces and yeah, to find out about the journey that you guys embarked on. Maybe just give me a bit of background about where you guys come from and like who you are.
So my name is Tyrone, but my nickname is Tiger. I was born in Pretoria, South Africa, moved to Northwest, back high school, Pretoria. I was I went to boarding school.
Okay.
And then I came to Stellenbosch in 2019, started studying here, finished studying at 2022.
Yeah.
Started a tutoring company with my best friend Samuel. We moved in together as well. Yeah. And then we started posting this journey on Instagram from my side, and we've been doing that ever since.
Yeah, and I'm Samuel, and we actually know each other since we were little. Our dads were together in Rays at university. Okay. I was also born in Pretoria, and then we moved down to Hartenbos, and then also came to study at Stellies. And then we got closer, and then moved in 2023, tutoring, and now this.
Nice.
So we know each other a long time.
You guys, yeah. You guys had a lifetime together.
Yeah.
He's my bro.
Yeah. Your bro.
He's my bro.
Your brother. Nee, lekker man. Yeah, we got that. So guys, just give us a brief touch on the tutoring business that you started. I mean, you guys are young guys. What made you feel like, hey, guys, there's a gap in the market, obviously in Stellenbosch, student town. Kom ons gryp die opportunity. Let's grab the...
So the whole entrepreneurial journey I've been trying to pursue I started when I was like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I sold jackets in rural areas.
Sure.
Like we just drove to areas like, just townships and stuff. And we just dropped the jackets in the middle, just sold them to make 20 Rand.
Sure. Amazing.
And then I sold chappies, gum, when the Infinity gum and the 5 gum came out when I was 9 and 10. And that grew till I was like 13. I did that at school. I had people also selling the chappies for me. And
so you were a dealer? Chappy dealer?
Yeah. And I've tried a few things here and there also, but I started teaching when I was in matric.
Okay.
Just for the fun of it. I was a maths tutor and I taught grade 11.
Okay.
And that sort of never stopped. With everything I've tried, that just grew, and that was the only stable thing I've ever had. Then 2022 came, and I found a way to support myself through the tutoring.
Yeah.
And he joined me in 2023. And now we're still doing that, but Instagram sort of peeped.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing now. So the tutoring just started off with trying a few things and seeing what works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically, he did the tutoring since high school, and then in 2022, when we were close, I also started tutoring, and we did it online, so it's online tutoring.
Okay.
And most of the students were actually from Pretoria, and then we realized we actually make enough to eat enough.
Yeah.
And then we decided
Okay, sure.
And we were never the guys that at university thought, wow, it would be cool to pursue this as a career.
Yeah.
We were the guys that tried to do as little as possible. And then we decided, let's just go for it.
Okay.
And did the tutoring.
Sure. No, that's really awesome. For me, that was actually profound when I found out that you guys were like tutors and students. And I mean, most students, they come here to study, party, and XYZ, do all the other things around the universities. But I mean, that you guys actually, you had a vision. You said, okay, listen here, let's go into this. There's a gap in this market. Obviously, that takes me into the next question with what you guys are busy with now. I mean, you guys are pulling weight here in Stellenbosch, you know, in terms of social media. Not just Stellenbosch, I mean South Africa, basically, you know. If I open Instagram, it's Tiger, and it's walking. So just tell me how it started. You can maybe pick up of obviously how it started, where the desire was, you know, because I mean, it sounds so simple to say, all right, we're gonna start walking. I want the six-pack. Sounds good, but how did it come about?
So it actually goes back a long time, well, since I was born actually, because I've never been in shape. I've always been like the fat, chubby kid. And I came to a point in life where basically life happened during my third year and something.
Yeah.
So, but that was okay because that brought me to a point where I weighed 160 kilograms when I was 22 years old.
Wow.
And that was also in the time when we got closer.
Yeah.
So we went on a detox program on the 28th of July 2022. It's called the Whole 30 Detox Program. That was 30 days, and that changed my life because I basically got sick from eating whole foods. And that just rattled me. How's this possible? What's going on
Your
inside?
system got shocked.
Yeah, well, it was kind of obvious
Yeah.
seeing that I weighed 160 kilograms. And I'm not even that tall. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not 1'9". I'm about 178. So
Yeah.
I was fat.
Yeah. Wow.
And we just basically, I just went on this weight loss journey mainly due to the tutoring because I've always pursued the idea of starting a business. I call that's my definition of a side hustle.
Yeah.
And when I actually went on to try and do it, I realized, well, this is different. This is different. You have to do it consistently every single day.
Yeah.
And how can I be proud of the things that I build if I'm not proud of the machine building them? If it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I needed to take control over the things that I can control. And at the time, the number one thing was my weight because it makes everything better. If you're just feeling good about yourself, you're presentable, you can approach people, you can talk to anybody, and people actually listen to you. Because if you're overweight, there's a societal assumption that you're lazy, you're dumb, and all of those things. And I can't blame them for that.
Thanks for giving me the background and explaining obviously where the weight loss came from and why you started the journey. So maybe between you and Samuel, what's the next step going from here, moving forward? Because I know there's a lot of opportunities coming from what you guys have achieved in the basically 100 days.
Yeah, so basically, it is 100 days, but it's also only 100 days. And it doesn't feel like it's already 100 days. Feels like we started posting 3 weeks ago.
Sure.
And basically, the reason for posting is obviously for him to get his six-pack. But it's more than that. It is, like he's told previously, it's the machine that operates what we're doing.
Yeah.
And between the two of us, whenever we chat about where we want to go, if he's on a good path on his weight loss, everything feels more possible. Like his mental health is better, which makes my mental health better, which just makes whatever we're doing better.
Sure.
So that will still be the main focus for now,
Yeah.
is him getting his six-pack and we telling the story of how we got there.
Sure.
And focusing on that, doing the YouTube and the Instagram and getting the story across, and then whenever he has his six-pack, then we'll build the brand, our own products. Whatever we feel the need is then, we'll do that. But we're already operating it a bit more as a business, approaching, thinking of where we are taking this. Because everyone asks, what is he going to do when he has his six-pack?
Yeah.
And we have a few ideas.
Then we're gonna go for the biceps, the quads, the calves.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's important to us not to mix the two of those scenarios at the moment, because we can't focus purely on business and what we're going to do with it now, because at the moment it's the story.
Yeah.
I need to share my story to my audience, because there's so much support, and none of this would be possible without any of you,
Yeah.
because everyone's supporting me, and it's the most amazing journey I've ever climbed on.
Sure.
And for the two of us, as long as we just keep supporting each other, it just works, huh?
Yeah.
Because, yo,
No, I mean, like, I can see like your friendship and your relationship, you know, since you guys came into the gym. I mean, I know your face since like about a year ago when you came into Marty's. I don't know if it was the first time or just renewed. And I remember you coming in out, and I always just see this guy, and I say, okay, now this guy's committed. He's in the gym, you know. He always looks jovial, you know. There's guys around him, you know. You make friends easily, you know. So that's just your personality, I guess, you know. And I guess that's why you guys became mates. But with that said, when I watch your clips, I mean, for the audience that doesn't know who you are, I mean, some people that's not on Instagram, you know, that type of thing. This man has close to 500,000 followers on Instagram, and that is like, it blows my mind to know that you did that in that X amount of time. And you know, some people, like even myself, I don't even have close to the amount of people that you know that's supporting you. And if I go through your comments as well, it's just positivity, you know, exuding positivity, people encouraging you, come on, let's go, I want to walk with you, when are we going to do this, you know? So that for me in itself, that's a testimony to what you guys are doing and the good work that you're doing, you know? But something that I'd like to know, like when you're walking, are you walking with him, or are you behind the scenes, you recording? So what's that dynamic? And like, do you stop for a water break? What's happening on the walk? Do you listen to music? Is there music in the background? Or?
Yeah, so basically, since we're doing all of this together, we have a list of everything that needs to be done every day.
Yeah.
And it depends. If I am free most of the time, I'll walk with him. And on the walk, we'll use that time to have the chats, because we operate on the chats. Like, you need the chats. If you're not constantly thinking or strategizing, then you're getting nowhere. So, yeah.
And what's important is, because we're two people operating this, he has a reality and I have a reality. We have the same end goal, but you need to make sure that the pathway is the same. Because if it's not the same, he's going to do something and I'm not going to understand what he's doing, and vice versa. So the chats are the most important thing that we have for this to operate. Because that's where all the planning and the talks and it just resolves everything. And the ideas also comes from the chats. The ideas are important. But for the walks mainly, I try to utilize it for work, and sometimes I listen music if I don't have anything.
What's your favorite? What's your top three? If you say, all right, today we're walking 10K again. Obviously, every day is basically a 10K.
We're close to 11 now.
Yeah, you see. So what's your top three artists maybe, or genres? I don't know.
Okay, so
for both of you,
that's an interesting question. That's an interesting question, because I'm not a very picky person. I'm more of a bigger picture person. So if I need to take my walk, it's just okay, walk, play music. So I'll actually just listen to the same music on repeat until I find a new song that I like, and then just add that. And then some songs fade away and new ones come in. But hip hop, rap music, I love that. Drake, 21 Savage, Eminem, I can definitely.
Okay, nice.
And also, if I don't listen to rap, something like Benson Boone is also, I like him. Benson, I like his style of music. So, but I pretty much just listen to everything. Just doesn't need to.
Maybe
when
Drake comes performing in South Africa, he can invite you guys to come on stage.
Imagine.
You can do a walk on the stage.
If that happens, I'll definitely let you know.
Yes, I'm there.
And I'm probably gonna have to study some songs so I can just spit balls with him on.
See, Yeah, no, that's-
He likes Coldplay. That's his.
Yeah, by the way, he's not joking when he says he finds a song that he likes and then listens to it
yeah.
the whole time.
So you like me. If I like a song, like All My Life of J. Cole that came out, if I like that song, I listen to it. I defeat it, like, you know.
Well, Kendrick Lamar like that. That-
Kendrick as well, yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's most of the time we would listen to rap
Yeah.
and a few songs to like skit a bit,
Okay.
beats, like a bit of house or
Oh, yes.
something like that.
Okay. And I like it.
Definitely into house music. That's also.
Yeah, see, I just want to take you guys quick on a different vibe before I forget or steer away from this topic. You mentioned how the mental health fits into it. You know, I don't know if you guys know, but this month is Mental Health Awareness Month for men. And I mean, I don't know if you guys know this as well. Like this stat, South Africa had probably the highest suicide rate in the world for men. Probably about 10,000 out of 13,000 people. That's male that committed suicide in South Africa. I think that was 2022 stat. Could be mistaken, 2021. But how does the mental health aspect fit into not only what you guys are busy with, you know, as individuals, but as students, you know? I know for students it's very stressful. Studying, you have to focus on this, you have to keep your parents happy, this and that and the other, you know? And the pressures, you know, coming with fitting in as well, you know? How does that affect you guys?
So for me personally, it's about one thing, and that's your purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing? Because you can have a life that's stress-free, or you can have a life that's high stress.
Yeah.
But you just need to choose basically what you want your day-to-day to be like.
Yeah.
And that mainly comes from what goals are you aiming at.
Yeah.
So we have our goals, and that comes with its own set of stress because you need to do it now.
Yeah.
And for the two of us, it helps because it occupies my mind. It keeps me busy. It gives me a reason to wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
So the mental health aspect, it's definitely challenging sometimes because you get overloaded and you get overwhelmed. For instance, this Instagram thing became big for both of us, and suddenly it's like, oh,
You guys are famous.
yeah.
You guys are basically locally definitely famous.
Now we need to manage that because it's new. It's new to us, and it's an amazing journey. How can I keep on supporting my supporters, if it makes sense?
Yeah.
So to manage the mental health, what we do is the chats.
Yeah.
The chats.
As you guys
are-
talk about the chats, you're talking about the chats,
No,
or
like we would take
conversations.
an example is if I go on a walk and he comes with me, then it's literally just an hour and a half of just talking because you are going to talk. I am going to tell him what's on my mind, and he's going to tell me what's on his mind, and then we basically just man think it and find a way to
Get it
resolve
together.
the issue, or just sometimes it's not an issue. Sometimes it's just okay, this happened, and I feel like that. So it just shortens the time it takes to overcome the challenge, if it makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
And that pretty much keeps us going because if it's a bad day, as long as I do what I need to do every single day, if today is a bad day, tomorrow won't be as bad because I'm going to wake up with the thought of, oh, at least I did that. Or I'm going to go to bed tonight and say, oh, at least I did what I needed to do, which makes it in turn easier to take on tomorrow. Because the thing is, you need to be excited. You need to be enthusiastic about what you're doing. That's why you need to think about your purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing? Because if you're not enthusiastic about it, where are you going to find the energy to do it?
Yeah.
It makes sense because everything in life that you try, every goal that you're trying to reach, it's going to come with its own set of things that you don't like. No matter how much you like the topic, there's going to be things that you absolutely hate. And you need to keep pushing through those circumstances that you don't like. And if you don't like overall what you're doing, that makes that very harder.
Yeah, for me, I just have to say that well, there's two things, especially for men, I feel like. First one is men always have the tendency to, and I'm generalizing now, but the tendency to be, doesn't matter what's going on, you just need to push on, push on, push on. And I was always like that.
Yeah.
I used to suppress everything that I was feeling, making sure I'm getting the things done.
Yeah.
And that's the first important thing, is to actually talk about it. That's what we do. And he says on the walks we do that, but it's more than that. It's the first thing we wake up in the morning. We have the chats in the afternoon, at night. Constantly just expressing how you feel. That's important to do.
Yeah.
And also, I think, like you've said, in South Africa, the suicide rates going up. I think as a man, the thing that you desire most is respect. And I think the reason for mental health issues is when males feel they are not getting the respect that they want, not the respect that they deserve. There's respect that they want, but they don't actually deserve it. And that is the same for you as well. Like, you have to, as a man, feel like I'm fulfilling my primal needs of protecting and providing.
Oh, yeah.
And the worst thing you can do, in my opinion, is to go onto socials, look at all the girls, continue falling down that, and then somehow you're still demanding respect. And when you don't get the respect, it's only your fault.
Yeah. And you can't expect people to respect you if you don't respect yourself. And that's basically, that correlates to the weight loss journey.
Yeah.
Because I need to be proud of myself before I want you to be proud of me, for instance. Because if I'm not proud of myself, that's constantly in your thoughts. Because you know that every single second that you're not being proud of yourself. So that sense of self-achievement is critical to me.
Yeah.
I need to want to do what I do, and I need to be proud of what I do.
Yeah.
Because that just makes the hard times way easier.
Yeah.
And I have him.
Yeah. No, that's good, man. Like, I mean, I can agree definitely to both of you guys on, just to touch on this topic before we move on to the next one of the gym and the facilities that you guys have been using and obviously will be using, the Marty's gym. But what I think is, as a man, guys don't speak, you know. Like, I feel like I'm an advocate for mental health, you know, because it affects me, it affected my family, you know, losing my parents due to that, you know, those type of mental health issues. So it's a thing of, when I was battling being depressed, you know, it was going to a therapist, psychologist. Then what it is basically, it's almost like explain like in a swimming pool, and you just, whatever issues you're battling with is like a beach ball that you just, you know, so put in the water, and eventually, you know, it just boom, it blows up, you know, and it shoots up, and then that's when all the issues come out, and that's where people, you know, tend to have suicidal thoughts, or, you know, go through hard times, you know. So that's, I mean, I think for guys, just to chat, just to, like you guys say, you guys are basically each other's therapists, you know. You're talking, you unloading, you're unpacking, you know. So I think that's an amazing thing that you guys obviously learn. It's a skill, you know, to speak, to express your emotions. But yeah, so just, moving on to the next topic of the Marty's gym and the facility. How has it been for you guys, and what did you guys take from training here and obviously coming back to train here again?
So I joined Marty's Gym on the 5th of May 2023 last year. During this way, I have joined earlier, like in 2019 or so, but let's take that out of the equation because I didn't use it. I had a membership, and I was maybe 5 times during the whole year.
Yeah, you paid our stuff.
Yeah. So I joined on the 5th of May last year, and it's a funny story because I went to visit my parents.
Yeah.
And when I flew back, I think my flight landed at 16:40.
Yeah.
He came and picked me up. He came to pick me up, and we drove straight to the gym. And I signed up immediately.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a choice. But also, it was planned in the sense of when I started my weight loss journey, I actually couldn't do exercises. I was too heavy.
Wow.
I'd heard things.
Yeah.
And so what we did is we joined we did the Bring Sally Up. You know that tune?
Oh,
that
yes,
song,
yes,
Bring
yeah,
Sally
yeah.
Up.
The
Bring
COVID.
yeah. So for exercise, we had a rule at the beginning of last year. And the rule was whenever he or I play the tune or the song, no matter what you're busy with, you have to drop and do the Sally. That was the rule, no matter what. So, and that helped because it takes that fear of
Not wanting to train.
because now you can't even think. It's when
Can't avoid that.
when you hear the song, you have to do
Bring
it.
Sally,
Yeah, and we did it, and that helped a lot because it sort of just
Yeah, the good energy.
and it got me into because he's always been into sport and training and everything. So that got me into like the rhythm of actually moving. So we joined the gym when we thought, okay, I was ready for the next step now.
Yeah.
And the first thing we did was chest because you have to. The moment you join a gym.
Yes.
Chest. You have to.
It's something I don't enjoy to do. Chest is okay, but I don't like to bench.
I love it. I love it. So, and from there on out, we basically just continue the training process.
Yeah.
And now.
Yeah, so when we joined Marty's gym,
Yeah.
I was here, prior to that, I was here for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then I got him to join the gym as well.
Yeah.
And it was basically at the facility, hitting the weight,
Yeah.
mostly weight, and bench press.
Okay.
And then we also had a time where we went to sauna.
Yeah.
So like once or twice a week after training, we went and used the sauna. That was nice. And then also I did the half Ironman last year.
Wow. Okay.
And I actually trained for that in the gym. So I used the watt bikes, the pool. So Marty's really has what you want for any type of goal.
Yeah, Marty's has everything. There's even a high performance area.
Oh yes.
Like,
that's my favorite part.
if you walk in there, it's just focus mode.
Oh yes.
It's just do it now, now. Don't talk, do now. And there's lots of facilities at Marty's gym. You can literally do anything.
Yeah. You guys are actually, you guys are good ambassadors for the gym. It's nice to hear, being somebody that at the staff here at Marty's gym. It's amazing to hear, the stories from the gym and the perspective from people that are actually using the facility. But guys, I always say this, not always, but in most of my conversations, I always say we can go on for the whole day, if we continue chatting. But I would say for the first episode, I think you guys, this was actually a really good one. But there's actually 2 topics I want to touch on before you guys give us a word of motivation for your audience, for people that's going to watch this. You mentioned something of being a big boy, growing up as a big boy. How it affected your confidence, approaching females. How has it changed now since, you dropped some weight?
Yeah. It definitely made it.
You don't have to say any names, you don't have to say.
It definitely made it easier because you don't have that internal fear of not backing yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. For me, everything's better. Everything's better.
Nah, good.
Let's not go too deep.
But from your perspective, Samuel, do you see a change?
He knows the whole story.
I want him to tell that. A change in his confidence, how he moves. Obviously, how he moves physically, but how he operates as a person.
No, I would actually say it is a beautiful thing because at a point when he was overweight, I could physically see within him there's that notion of just giving up,
Yeah.
just constantly thinking, is this possible for anything?
Yeah.
And there was a time where just we went out to the door.
Yeah.
Just by the way, you said at the whole beginning we were focused guys on university. Also now we had our time
Of course,
before
yeah.
we got focused.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Is het tyd om 'n
anyways,
plek vir alles?
yeah. But anyways, there was time when it was just, there's no point in giving attention to that.
Oh, yeah.
Just there with the boys, and that's always nice.
Yeah.
But it's just nice to see, you could see internally within him, he's getting open to it.
Yeah.
And what I mean with a beautiful thing is, I believe when you leave this earth, it is important to feel like you've built
Something.
a space. And I feel like family is important. And
Sure.
it broke me when he was at a point where he thought that's not something he wants, or why would you want that? Just do your own thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I say it's nice to see like
Yeah.
the boys getting there.
Nah, that's good, man. That's rare. I don't know him. I ken jou nie van voorheen, you know. So, but just to see, I can see your confidence, man. Just as a person, you know, not arrogant, but just you just you have that, you know. It's amazing. And because I actually have I told you this before we recorded a few weeks ago. I have a good mate that was also overweight most of his life, you know, and. I mean, for us, his character was always just funny, man, you know? The funny guy, the guy that he knows how to control the room, you know? That was him. And I mean, it's still him today, but it was a bit of a, you know, it was a character that you had to develop, a bit of a defense mechanism. Want jy kan hy maar niks sê nie, hy sal vir jou nou teruggooi gou vinnig. If you tell him something, he'll jab you quick, you know? Because he was sharp with his mouth, and he was, you know, super, he was here, you know, super intelligent when it came to, you know, back and forth. But like now he's just lost a lot of weight, you know. I actually like introduce you to him. He's back now in South Africa, but yeah, just a short bit of him. Like that's just what I saw in him losing that weight. Not that he improved in confidence. He always had the confidence, but it was just we never knew how much the weight affected him as a person, you know. We just saw from the outside, nah, he's big, you know, and we would make jokes and we would, you know, crack jokes on each other, you know. But in effect, you know, it's actually something that is traumatic, you know. It's something that you carry with you your whole life. So, and it's a persona that you create also, I think, or in him, I think. But guys, yeah, just coming to the end of our conversation, it was awesome sitting with you guys, getting to know you guys better. That's what JR's Corner is about. It's about a space where you can come and you can talk your thing, you know, and say what you want to say. And I feel like you guys actually gave me a lot today, you know. Something that you guys can maybe, a word of encouragement, motivation from both of you for your audience.
For me, it's an important thing is to realize that when you're trying to accomplish something, if you knew how to do it, it wouldn't have been hard.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's hard shows that it's just an educational process.
Yeah.
All your failures and everything you're trying. For me, let's take the weight loss as an example. If I knew how to get in shape, I would have done it a long time ago, but I had no knowledge about the subject.
Yeah.
So, and as I just kept going, I started becoming smarter on the subject. I started educating myself, knowing what to do and what not to do. So just take it step by step. Just go on step by step. Just keep moving. You will get there.
Sure. Amazing.
Yeah, and for me, my classic saying is one day or day one. And I feel like that needs to sink in.
Sure.
Because if I tell you I want to be able to do a marathon one day, and we meet again in a month, then it's still going to be the same. I want to do a marathon one day. And I won't feel like I've let myself down because I'm still on track with the goal of doing it one day.
Yeah.
But if I said to you, this is day one of me wanting to do a marathon, and I see you in a month's time, and it's, okay, what day is day 30, and nothing has changed, that'll get you to do it, actually.
Yeah.
So one day or day one, you decide.
Nice, man. Guys, I thank you. Episode 31, done and dusted. Tyrone Kretzman, Samuel,
Schoolman.
Schoolman. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
JR.
Any last words too? I see you wearing a nice top there.
Yeah. So this is my broody. Sorry. This is my broody. So it's a brand called Brew. It's owned by Dan Mace. It's part of the House of Macadamia. And it's an awesome brand. They've been supporting us throughout this journey a lot. Without them, it would have been much harder. So a word of thank you to Brew.
Here we go. Here we go.
But yeah, I'll keep on wearing my broodies, man.
There we go. Sweet, man. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, like I said, episode 31 done and dusted. JR's Corner.